Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Connoisseur's Choice Gordon and MacPhail Glen Grant 17-year-old. Dustin. This bad boy comes in at 57.1% ABV and is aged in a first fill sherry hogshead.
A lot of words.
A lot of words, Dustin. It took me a couple times to say it right. All right.
Connoisseur. That is
Connoisseur's Choice.
I guess that could have been our channel name, right?
Connoisseur's
Top
Choice.
shelf connoisseur whiskey reviews.
I told you at the beginning, I'm not going to call us anything that I can't spell. So I've obviously put us out of there, and we give you the strong pour, my friend, as this will be our last pour of the night. 57-1 Connoisseur's Choice from our good friend Keith. First full sherry, 17 years. You can't go wrong with first full sherry a lot of times.
Yeah, well, we've had a couple connoisseurs choices on the channel. We've definitely always done sherried ones.
Yeah.
And, I like these guys, what they're doing in their kind of their special edition stuff, a little more than signatory. So I've been a big fan of these guys. If I'm not mistaken, Gordon MacPhail, tell us in the comments, guys, remind me if I'm wrong here, but I think they are actually done as an independent bottler, Mike.
I think they are.
They're now going to start working on their own distillate, and now mind you, they probably got enough casks for the next 100 years. I mean, this is what, cask 1,400,000,000 million.
Yeah, if you guys are scoring at home, this is cast number 146-00206. That's
a lot of numbers.
146-00246. A lot of numbers.
That is like, they have a lot of casks.
All right, Dustin. Heavy ABV, good age statement, 17 years, nothing to sneeze at. Guess it could be 16 years old, depending on when in 05 they put in the story.
57. Man, I'm not smelling 57 at all on here.
No, it's good. Smelling some nice Oloroso sherry, in my opinion.
Yeah, red fruits with a little bit earthy, mineral, vegetal kind of note.
Spicy cinnamon.
Yeah, definitely not a sweet whiskey. I know I've had some Glen Grants that are on the sweeter side. This is definitely coming off more kind of just earthy, more simple.
Yeah, a little bit of red Houghton oak.
A lot of good oak, a little good overcoat, a little bit of like a dry blanket out in the barn.
Yeah, wool, horse blanket.
Yeah, for sure. This was a UK exclusive.
Juicy though. You can pick up that sherry out.
So they're mentioning fruitcake. That's actually probably a good one. Those fruitcakes that somehow get re-gifted for about 15 years straight before somebody actually finally decides, I haven't had a fruitcake in 20 years.
Everyone knows the buck stops with me. You send me food, I eat it.
Even the fruitcakes.
Anything.
Jeez.
You put anything in my office, ask my boss next time he comes over here. If it's there for 2 days, I'm eating everything. All right, so yeah, overall, man, pretty strong smell. I mean, rich, sherry, nothing off-putting. I mean, you won't pick up the 57.1% ABV at all.
No.
Good medium age.
A lot of spices. I'm actually really excited to put water in this one already because I can tell there's a lot of stuff going on here in the spice note.
Yeah.
I just think it needs a little bit of water to bring it out.
Yeah, baking spices and almost comes off Irish whiskey spice.
It's Christmas, man. I'm starting to get a little bit of nutmeg. It's the season.
Time of year.
You said earlier, mentioned mustard. Mustard seed is actually a note I'm kind of picking up here. Just a hint. Interesting. That's not a note I usually come up with.
Oily, viscous, rich sherry, spicy, snapping sherry. There's a lot of cinnamon, oak, red hops again, stinging here on the side of the tongue on the finish. What are you picking up?
Yeah, so let's ignore the flavor notes here for a second on this one because I think this is a cool example of what a really good Oloroso cask does at about this age. So we're talking 16, 17-year-old whiskey here. So, at that age, you're usually not getting super heavy oak. Now they're using a hogshead, which brings on a little more oak than a sherry butt. And it gives you this really nice experience where you're getting that super heavy sherry up front. The oak's not quite come in. The malt is kind of been killed in terms of flavor, but you can tell that there's a really oily, rich, viscous malt here that kind of carries that flavor to the back of the tongue, leaves a nice linger. This is a well put together whiskey, which, with the single cask, sometimes you worry, it's a single cask, someone didn't have time to kind of fix, a flaw or something. This is a beautiful single cask where they have really gotten a complex, rich whiskey out of it.
Only 130 bottles. pull out of this thing. This is about 22.
I usually get about 200 out of a hogshead, so...
This is sweet, almost borderline like a cherry note.
Well, finishings on a hogshead. I don't know how long it was in the hogshead. Anyway, nice. Very nice. I put a good bit of water here because I'm expecting this to have a lot of stuff hidden there behind the sherry.
A little purple coming out.
Oh, yeah. Those baking spices are all over the place, man.
Yeah, it brought down the sweetness and made it far more accessible as far as the spice notes on here. And there's quite a few spice notes.
Yeah, they're well integrated, though. They're all together. Nutmeg for sure.
Yeah, it's the whole rack.
Cinnamon. White pepper. Slightly toasted bread.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of stale bread. You know, you try to cube bread up sometimes, like to make what do you put in turkeys?
The stuffing.
Stuffing. Yeah, a little bit of bread, cubed up bread you need for stuffing right there.
But it's been slightly toasted. I mean, it's slightly got a little bit of
stale,
toasting.
whatever. Yeah, I'm with you.
There's just a hint of that. I mean, literally just that little smoke kind of wafting off of the toaster. Not burnt, just golden. Red fruits are really coming through, just nice berry notes. Again, I always get nervous with some of these hogsheads, especially getting super bitter, charred oak. This is not that. This is nice. Very nice.
A little milk chocolate here at the end with water. Cocoa powder, maybe.
No, it's got a really nice oak note come through, too. Again, it's just a nice... That's a really nice Spanish Oloroso is my guess. Oh, yeah.
Solid experience.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with this one. I mean, admittedly, I got to say, they've killed the malt mostly. This is pretty much just a sherry experience. This
is all about the cask. Well, I mean, you go first fill. Oloroso, 51%, 17
and
years.
Let's be real, Glen Grant is not a dominant spirit. I've not had a lot of like...
We have this great cask.
Yeah.
We need to throw something non-offensive in it.
Well, I would say, I mean, Glen Grant is a very well done malt for sherry cask because it adds nothing but just light sweetness, good viscosity. Again, it carries the sherry flavors forward. But yeah, it's not a super descriptive malt.
No, pretty straightforward. Simple. It's a little more, like I said, it has a lot of baking spices to go along with that sweetness. That's about the most complex thing I can say about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice... Ooh, yeah, it has brought so much spice out. But not offensive, like biting, like intense spice. Just a balance to the sweetness of the sherry cask and a balance to the sweet, just... Again, Glen Grant is a simple, sweet, maybe slightly orchard fruit malt-driven base whiskey, if I recall. It's been a while since I had one that wasn't super sherried. Because I think Keith tends to bring these over. And they tend to be pretty high in that.
Yeah, big ABV is big sherry usually.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Is this Highland or is this Speyside? There we go.
Still Highland.
Yeah. Subcategory.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, where are you as far as the whiskey score on this one, Dustin?
A little bit of orange note here too. I'm gonna go kind of high, Mike. I'm gonna give it an 89.
All right.
Really, really like this whiskey. It's simple, but yet it does everything nice, and it's full-bodied, full mouthfeel. Glen Grant's malt just really worked here. Yeah,
it's a little bit higher on the spice, but basically I'm at the same where I was at with the cask strength collection of the Mohawk. I mean, I'm at an 88 on this one. I could give this an 89, but again, solid whiskey. The cask maturation is a little bit covered up, but everything I like. Good sherry notes, decent age, high ABV. Nothing off-putting whatsoever. 80 out of 100. Yeah, solid whiskey.
Just, for you guys who come in here and you're like, hey, man, I can't get this cask. I mean, come on. I just got to say, man, the Connoisseur series, really doing a great job with these first fill sherry casks. I think they're doing much better than Signature in my mind.
Yeah, the style of sherry, I think, is a little bit more palatable to me, but it kind of goes down to what kind of sherry you like.
Yeah.
I know other people hold the exact opposite, but...
This doesn't kill the malt as much as the Signatory does. I guess is where I'm coming from.
Splitting hairs.
Oh, I think it's a substantial difference. And I don't have any hair to split.
Anyway, those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey. If you guys had a chance to try this one, I'd like to know what you guys think. Dustin, until next time, what do you wish the folks?
Happy sherry bomb drinking.
We'll see you then.
Thanks, Keith.
Hey, we're going to take a look at the Glen Grant 2005 First Fill Sherry, Dustin. 57.1% ABV from the Connoisseur's Choice. Jeez, of gold. I'm going to start that over.